looks like a dude. I mean, where's the draw in that?
Well, I mean, this is the first I'm hearing it, but this is the best of both worlds, because you get a woman who looks like a dude, but obviously biologically she's a woman, so she knows at the end of the day that it's going to be less threatening than a male because there's no testosterone involved.
So you're saying it's the lack of testosterone?
Well, I'm just saying, like, a woman can dress like a man all she wants, assuming there's no gender reassignment involved, and but at the end of the day, she's still biologically a female.
Okay.
So yeah.
Then a guy can dress like a chick.
Yeah, like Chris Hayes from CNN or something.
Who's Chris Hayes?
I think he's like one of those CNN anchors. He's very effeminate. He's a dude, but he's like, he looks like a chick. He's got the high cheekbones with the rouge on his face. So I don't know.
So wait, are you saying there's a guy from CNN that dresses like a woman?
No, he just looks like a woman. He doesn't have to dress like a woman. That's the funny thing. He dresses like a man, but he still looks like a woman.
I am not a huge CNN guy, but now I almost want to turn this on.
Yeah, I don't think he's even CNN. I think he's like something else, but it's like related to one of those CNN shows. So
okay. You know what? That's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm not freaked out by anything, but I'm a little unnerved. I'm a little unnerved.
Yes.
All right. So anything else that freaks you out? Anything else that just makes you like kind of not get it?
Yeah, there's a few things I wanted to talk about, but I guess if I had to pick something, I'm going to talk about crime and punishment. So, for example,
you don't understand people committing crimes and getting punished?
No, I understand that, but I'm saying like it just the punishment doesn't seem to fit the crime. So, for example, back in the 1400s and the 1500s, when someone committed a minor crime like stealing a loaf of bread, they would cut your hands off, they'd cut your head off, and they would mount your head on a pike and let the ravens pick the person's eyes out and let the whole village see that. And now we live in a society where you can commit heinous crimes, and so you get convicted, but it's like, you get like 20 years to life, and it's like you get counseling, and your mother didn't love you enough when you were a kid, and so for example, these people on death row, they've been on death row for 40, 30, 40, 50 years, maybe 50 is too long, but let's say 20, 30 years, while their appeals process they're working through the appeals process. I'm like, why does it take 30 years to work through an appeals process? I mean, are these judges, can they not read? Like,
you're saying we need a lot more people killed with their heads cut off and put on a pike.
We need, if you're convicted of a crime,
mm-hmm.
a serious, I'm not talking about like, stealing, so I'm talking about like capital murder. If you're convicted of
so wait, hold on a second. Capital murder, for sure. I mean, if you kill, that is one of the things I don't get.
Sure.
Like, you can kill somebody, right?
Right.
And I don't know, I guess you can not mean it so that you can, so some people can go to death row, like, depending on where you do it, right?
Sure.
And then it depends on, like, if you were planning it or if you just woke up that day and you're just like, you know what, I'm going to fucking murder somebody, so what the hell, just go do it.
So let's just say, to keep it simple, let's just say it's a planned murder. You're convicted. There's no doubt it's you. It's
Ted, did you and I plan the murder?
No, we didn't plan the murder. So
okay,
let's just you're not the getaway driver.
Clearly,
we're talking about you're the actual person who committed the crime.
Okay.
So now you've been convicted. You're on death row. So why do you have to stay on death row for 20 years until some idiot judge or judges can figure out that you actually, that you don't deserve to die? So back in the day, for example, when you get convicted of a crime, they just took you out in the back and hung you right there. There was actually gallows. So I was in Bisbee, Arizona a few years ago. So they had a courthouse where you got convicted. Once you got convicted, they just took you right in the back and they hung you right then and there. Boom. So you're done.
Yeah, but Teddy, you realize tons and tons of innocent people were hung, and that's pretty nasty, right? I mean, just because they found you guilty right at that time, they can't just. I mean, so are you pro hanging then?
I agree with that. I agree that there are a few. There's a small percentage of people, and who've been executed through the years who were actually innocent and falsely convicted.
Oh yeah, I would like to just jump out. I would just like to jump out and say John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah,
he didn't do that. Yeah. Someone else put those bodies.
Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
John Wayne Gacy. Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, I mean, so I'm just saying some people are more guilty. The bottom line is some people are more guilty than others. Like, for example, in Chicago, there was a shooting of 2 police officers where the perpetrators were actually shot by a third police officer. So there was no doubt they did it. There was no doubt. And so, but the point is, the perpetrator lived because they had to take him to the hospital and rehabilitate him. So they're going to be tried. There's no death penalty in Illinois, for example. So they're going to be sentenced to probably life in prison. But the point is, We know they did it because they were right there on the scene. So there's no dispute they did it. So the point is those type of people should be drawn and quartered, hanged. Here's what they should do. They should bring back. Here's what we need to do. We need to bring back the public execution. That is so fucking cool. Can you imagine? Okay, you know how people get excited going to a sporting event? Can you imagine going to an event where someone's going to be fucking drawn and quartered by a horse and torn apart in pieces? Now that's fucking cool. That's fucking cool. Now,
listen,
bring your kids, bring your family.
No, that is like, is that like instead of the Super Bowl?
That is a Super Bowl. That's a Super Bowl every other fucking week. That's a Super Bowl.
So
fuck the Super Bowl.
So the Super Bowl is kind of just just football.
The Super Bowl's a fucking nothing burger. It's just a fucking a Super Bowl is just a bunch of grown men throwing a fucking football. Don't know about the grown men. That's all Super Bowl is.
So I know
nobody cares about the Super Bowl.
150, 200 years ago,
yeah,
people would bring their their kids and have a picnic lunch, and they would watch guys get hung and everything. Yeah. Dad, I feel like that was pretty uncivilized.
Well, you know what the problem is, Matt. Every society.
No, I don't.
I'm going to tell you right now. Every society gets the type of criminal it deserves. So the point is, criminals these days are incentivized to commit crimes because they know that even if they get punished, the punishment is delayed to the point where they're not really punished. Yeah, I mean, they're incarcerated, but they're not really suffering. And the point is, you need to inflict maximum suffering on the criminals. And not only that, but you have to make that public so the other potential criminals can see that, and they know that if it's them, like for example, in Saudi Arabia, if you steal something, they cut your hand off.
Do people,
you know how fucking scary that is?
But Teddy, do people still steal in Saudi Arabia?
Probably not as much in the United States.
But I mean, people still do it. I mean, you cut off those hands, and people still do it. And I can tell you this: if you are stuck in a prison for 40 years, getting butt fucked by other prisoners,
but we don't know that. We don't know. Here's the bottom line. So if you get convicted of a crime, okay, for example, you do a drive-by shooting. Okay, here's the deal. We'll give you 10 years.
Hold on a second. Can I just before you do that?
Sure.
Who would I drive-by shoot? Because I'm not going to say I want to do a drive-by shooting, but I feel like I could be so much better at it. Like, I would actually aim, right? And I wouldn't just hit random people. Yeah. Like, I think I would put some effort into it.
No, but these idiots don't aim. They actually, most of these people who do drive-by shootings, they never get the target they're actually aiming for. They actually hit the wrong person, the innocent person.
Right. So here's the point. So Teddy, hold on a second. Can I do this? What if we put together like a little symposium or something for people who wanted to do drive-by shootings, and we just kind of help them be better at drive-by shootings? Wouldn't that? I mean, that kind of fixes your problem. Then we don't have to have like fields full of dead bodies and little kids saying, "Hooray, I want the head." Right? I mean,
I agree with you in theory, but let's just say hypothetically, let's say the drive-by shooter doesn't get their intended target, and that intended target might be innocent as well. They might not be a criminal like the person who's doing the drive-by shooting. So let's just say that person gets caught. Here's the deal: you can have 20 years in prison, or we can cut off your index finger and your thumb from your trigger finger, and you're free to go. And now you have to shoot with your other hand. And if we catch you again, we'll cut off your other hand and your other finger.
Wow, I feel like,
and you're free to leave.
Here's the problem, Teddy. I feel like anybody like that. That's okay. Okay, that's. Mm-hmm. But what about people who were accidentally maimed in like different things? Like they had their fingers cut off during like work stuff, so they would walk around without a couple of fingers, and people would be like, "You fucking murderer!" Right? I mean, so you're kind of labeling people who unfortunately were just kind of injured at work, and people are going to think they're fucking murderers, Ted.
Well, actually, we can alleviate that problem by putting a big tattoo on their forehead that's saying, "I fucked up doing a drive-by shooting, and that's why I got my finger cut off, because I'm a fucking dumb fuck." Take some shooting lessons, asshole.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Ted. Literally, this is what I'm saying. Yeah. Why don't we give some shooting lessons? Yeah, just make them more effective drive-by shootists, and we have less innocent people getting shot, and then it's mostly just bad people, and everybody can live with that.
Well, here's the thing. Just take the bad people. It's like, remember that movie Escape from New York back in the 70s with Kurt Russell? Just drop them
everyone loves that movie.
Just drop them on an island together, and it's like Lord of the Flies. Just let them fend for themselves. Kill each other, build your own society, do whatever, but you cannot live in civilized society anymore. It's like Alcatraz.
Dude,
just
that was...
Put them somewhere else.
When Donald Pleasance is standing there, and he's like, "I'm the Duke of New York, and I'm #1. Come on, man. I mean, dude.
Wasn't Kurt Russell in that movie too?
Yeah, but it's Donald Pleasance. I think at the end, the president.
I got to see that movie.
Yeah. You've never seen that movie.
It came out in like the 1970s, dude. It's been like years.
Yeah, but it was awesome. And Donald Pleasance is standing there, Snake Plissken. Oh man,
You didn't have the iPad.
Yeah, he had the eye patch. That was awesome. And then they made a second one that was so fucking dumb that I literally, at that point, I said to myself, if I ever find Kurt Russell, I'm gonna kick him in the balls as hard as I can for saying, yeah, that's a good idea. I think he was like surfing on like a 400-foot wave to get into like wherever. It was just so fucking horrible.
That's why it's a movie, because in a real world of 400-foot wave, you would die.
So Ted, you do understand movies then? You do understand reality in movies?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Like Fast and the Furious, when you drive 200 miles an hour, you're not gonna survive that car chase.
You and the Fast and the Furious, Ted. I feel like we're never gonna get Vin Diesel on here because he's gonna be like, Ted has badmouthed me the entire time. I could jump from one car to another going 200 miles an hour.
Die Hard.
Right, Teddy. Here's a problem. Here's a thing I got a problem with. What happened to Polish jokes? What happened to Polish jokes? I mean, when I was a kid, we made Polak jokes all the time, right? How many Polacks does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Well, I mean, so in the back in the day, I mean, not now because times have changed, but back in the day, it wasn't like Polacks synonymous with just being stupid. That's why there's Polish jokes.
And we now have offended, I think we have 71 listeners.
We
I know at least 13 are Polish.
We've just offended 0.00.3% of our
Teddy.
listeners. No, I'm kidding, of course. I'm kidding. So
no, but I think you're right. Yeah,
no, actually, I think
it was totally that.
I don't even know any Polish jokes, to be honest with you. I have no concept of Polish jokes at this point. So I can Google it.
You're a lying sack of shit.
No, I don't. I don't.
You know no Polish jokes.
I mean, I think I knew one, but I'm going to mess it up, so I can't even say it on
do it.
air. No.
Do it, please. I love it when you tell jokes. Hey, listen to me. I want you to listen to me. Teddy is the worst joke teller of all time. He goes. It's something with two guys, and then here. You know what I know? At the end, the guy says, "I don't like dicks," and you're just like, "What? Yeah." Okay.
So the only Polish joke I know, the only Polish joke I know, and I think I'm going to get this wrong. So how do you know if a Polish guy broke into your house is because your homework was done incorrectly and your dog is pregnant? That's all. That's all I know.
Oh my God! What? Wait, are you saying Polish people can't do homework?
And how do you know if a Chinese person broke into your house because your homework is done perfectly, you get an A+ and your dog is missing? That's all I know. That's all I know.
Man, Teddy, you can't just. That is, that is not.
But that's in China they do eat dogs, right? And you know that there's actually a
whatever.
market.
I don't give a shit. Eat whatever. Market, so, I don't give a fuck. So. Eat anything you want. Listen, if somebody came up to me and it was like, "Man, this dog tastes delicious," I would be like, "Fuck yeah, serve it up, man."
You know, every meat that's not the meat we're used to. Basically, everyone says it tastes like chicken. So tarantula, snake, elk, venison, buffalo.
Wait, stop.
Like chicken.
Hold on. You just put tarantula, buffalo. How is tarantula and buffalo?
I'm sorry, I misspoke. Not tarantula, but just like snake, bison. Something that's off the beaten path is obviously. I think the it tastes like chicken in general, supposedly. So
no, I've had bison doesn't taste anything like chicken. It tastes like super lean meat. It's like beef.
Snake tastes like chicken.
Jesus Christ! So your whole thing. Have you ever had snake?
Have you ever eaten an anaconda?
Oh, that is such a sex reference. If you guys saw the look on Ted's eyes, if you guys could, you know what? We're gonna get video because if you could see the look on Ted's face when he's like, "Have you ever eaten an anaconda?" Yeah.
Have you eaten a black mamba?
Oh my God! Why does it have to always get down to this? Okay, so Teddy, I got to get back to this. Here's the thing. Here's another thing I don't get. People that think that things are free. That always blows my mind. Like I see a commercial, right? Clearly that commercial costs money, and then they tell you that whatever you're doing is completely free. And I always think, what fucking idiot is saying to themselves, "Oh yeah, that's totally free. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sign up for that, and it's not going to cost me a fucking penny." I just don't get it.
Yeah, well, I mean that's just marketing, obviously. So, I mean,
yeah, but I mean,
those commercials.
I mean, at some point, doesn't everybody who's got a fucking brain in their head know that no one gives anything away for free? Nothing is free.
Well, hugs are free by your prison roommate. That's about it.
Wait, you said there's no sex in prison. I said you're getting butt fucked for 20 years.
Oh, there's a lot of sex in prison.
That's why prison is bad, Ted. 40 years. Listen, you can get killed right away, an electric chair, whatever. I don't know, the way you want to do it with horses pulling you apart. Was that your plan? Horses pulling you apart?
It's called drawn and quartered.
Oh, man, I don't even know how anybody knows that.